Mexico has every kind of landscape. There are high elevation pine forests like the ones I rode through north of Copper Canyon. There's desert with giant cacti, mountains and plains, lush jungle, gorgeous beaches, and more. But this week for me, it's all about rock. Real de Catorce grew rapidly around 1780. It was a silver mining town, completely surrounded by mountains, with just one treacherous road in and out. Some years later, they dug a tunnel through the mountains, but I decided to try the old road. I stopped for a drink to consider this decision, looking up at the mountains, knowing the town is hiding up in there somewhere. Then I forge ahead. At a tiny pueblo on the way up the mountain, I stopped to ask whether this road would get me where I wanted to go.
Hola, señor. ¿Es el camino por...? Pregunta. El camino por Real de Catorce.
Unos 20 minutos menos, yo creo.
20 minutos.
Hasta menos. Bueno, en la moto menos. Unos 15. De aquí para allá.
15 or 20 minutes, he said. No problem on my moto. The condition of the old pavers deteriorates beyond the little pueblo, and although the GoPro never captures steepness, you can hear my 1000 cc's lugging in first gear. I come to a steep curve and unceremoniously drop the bike. The first drop of my trip. So, feeling too hot and too hungry to lift the fully loaded bike up again, I turn around and pick my way back down. Surely the right decision, but it kills me that I may have been only 10 minutes from Real de Catorce. I stop at the store and buy a snack, something I wish I'd done on the way up. So it's back to the pavement and the long, like an hour-long, ride around to the tunnel.
Hola. ¿Puedo pasar?
Sí, es 58.
The tunnel is over a mile long and narrow, so traffic can only pass one way at a time. look at the magnificent stonework, everything built from the rock of these mountains. And that's me arriving at yet another destination to discover that my phone service isn't working. The perturbed headshake says it all. So with no internet, I loop back to the only hotel I saw, and they welcome me in. The panniers have to come off to fit through the door. And the bike sits safely off the street for the night. I walk around Real de Catorce, admiring the steep streets and alleys, the stonework, the determination required to build this place. The town sits at nearly 10,000 feet, so the air is cool and fresh, and it feels good to put on a warm layer. I find the spot where the old road snakes up. You can see it there, cut into the mountainside. And for a while I consider going down that way tomorrow. But in the morning I find a nice spot of shade to load my bike, and I'm off for the tunnel and an all-day ride to Guanajuato. Guanajuato is a much bigger town, a city that sits at 6,700 feet, built between steep mountains, so that whenever you move around the city, you have to take a tunnel. More tunnels. The area has a long indigenous history, and when the Spanish figured out there was so much gold and silver here to be mined in the 1520s and 30s, they got to work building a colonial city that was for a time the richest in New Spain. Guanajuato, too, is laced with steep streets and narrow alleys. Maybe the most famous is Callejón del Beso, or the Kissing Alley. There are several stories about how the alley got its name. There are superstitions about on which step a kiss will be auspicious for lovers or not. But mostly people like to go there to kiss. My Bonita is far away, so I'm left to imagine kissing her. Even the kissing store was closed. It's a city of young people, universities, museums, a great theater, cafes, restaurants. A city you can spend days and days exploring. But I've got to keep moving. It turns out Mexico is huge, and so much more ahead as I ride south. Next stop, Oaxaca.